Hello and welcome back to my channel. So this is a video that I'm very excited about because when I did my initial declutter a few years ago, I wasn't making YouTube videos then. They would have been such good videos as well. That's the really annoying thing because I had so much stuff and I got rid of, I would say 95% of my things. It would have made fantastic content and I'm a bit gutted, but I also did it in like 2 weeks. I just went on this like rampage and got rid of loads and loads of stuff. So I guess it wouldn't have happened as quickly as if I'd been filming it. Anyway, I have had some stuff at my dad's for a while now. I say a while. I have been moved out of my father's home for 10 years. So this is quite a long time that he's just been hanging on to this stuff. So I've got this suitcase of things. And I also have this box as well as these magazines. I also have a couple of Irish dancing dresses and my prom dress and a bridesmaid's dress at his. So I'm going to be getting rid of those as well. So the thing is I have lived without this suitcase for 10 years. So I'm very confident that I don't need whatever is in this suitcase. But whatever is in this suitcase, for whatever reason, I thought was worth keeping. Because I ended up getting rid of quite a lot of the things that were at my dad's when I moved out. And this stuff survived. What is in it? Right, what we rocking then? Oh, okay, so we're gonna be thinking, are we gonna donate, are we gonna keep, or are we gonna throw away? I guess they're gonna be the three things, that we do here. Plastic CD wallet, I don't think we'll be needing that. A minuet, which I will keep. Ah, look at this photo of me with an owl. Look at that, we're talking a mustard, is that a mustard turtleneck? A mustard turtleneck and a black and white, what do you call them? What do you call the things that snooker players wear? Is it just called a vest? So I think this will definitely have to process in some way, so I might have to take a photo of that and just store it digitally rather than have it as a hard copy because I'm not gonna put this on display anywhere because I quite like everything quite bare, but I definitely would like to preserve this memory in some way, so this is in a kind of to be dealt with pile. Now this, I feel like I know what this is. Me and Charles, when we first started going out, we used to do the whole big card thing, and this says, come in. Dear Carmen, I love you loads. Oh, it doesn't say who it's from though. What a mystery. So this, again, I will take a photo of and I will store, but I don't think I'm gonna hang on to this because although it's nice recapping the memory, you know, my love for Charles is bigger than this card and it's a pretty big card. So I think it's sort of a case of remembering that this is separate to mine and Charles' relationship. What's this? I think this is a picture of a boat that I drew. Yeah, I think, I don't know what, is this a pizza? I think this is a picture of a pizza. I mean, I guess for my parents, this would have some sort of sentimental value, perhaps, because they'd be like, oh, I remember when she did, I have no memory of doing this terrible drawing, so that can go, I think. Hi, Abby. Oh my God. Oh, this is like proper special moments I'm sharing with you here. So that can go, this can go. So this is a short story that I wrote. Oh wait, I say it was me who wrote it. It was a joint effort. It's called The Cat Who Was Afraid of the Dark. There was once a cat called Onion who was afraid of the dark. He meowed and meowed, but no one heard as he bumped into the park. I wonder what happens next. He saw a shadow and slowly walked back as he tripped on a stick and fell on his back. So, limited rhyme scheme, but enjoying it. He slowly got up and turned around. And if you read on, you'll find out what he's found. It was a mouse. He bent down and looked, and he was so scared, he ran to his house. The end. I think I'll take photos of that, but I don't think anyone needs that story in their lives. Why did he go out at night if he was afraid of the dark? Another short story that I have written, this one's called The Shrink. Now this is interesting because this short story, as terrible as it is, was a reoccurring theme for me during my childhood, is that I always used to think about saving people's lives and like, if this happened, so in this instance, if we just randomly shrunk, what would I do? And obviously I thought about it, I would go get a skateboard and I would pull my friends to safety. And I used to have things like this all the time. I used to think about what happened if the school flooded, what would I do? And how would I save everyone, how would I get everyone out? And I don't know why I had this sense of responsibility at such a young age, but I would think about it. Okay, if everything went wrong, if there was a volcano erupting, if a murderer came into the school, what would I do? How would I react to the situation? Is that like super early anxiety? Is that what that is? What is that? Is that weird? Did anyone else do this? Please tell me you did this. Did you do that? I don't know. So that we will scan in. This is gonna take a long time, I think, because I'm finding everything so entertaining in here. An old enemy, I think, because it had the poster of Glastonbury, but I'm not going to keep that. Oh, this is a birthday card to Mike, who is my stepdad, who passed away last year, but I never sent it to him because I forgot. Ooh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, a story written by my granddad, who is also dead. This is a nice theme. We'll scan that in and make sure I've got a copy of that. I think this is meant to be Orlando Bloom, because I was obsessed with Orlando Bloom as a child. But mostly as an elf from Lord of the Rings, like Orlando Bloom himself, and you know, take it or leave it, but Orlando Bloom as an elf. Oh, Legolas was my dream. He was my dream. Why did I feel it was worth keeping this? I used to keep, like if ever I saw a picture of a band in a paper or magazine that I liked, then I would save it to cut out and put it on my wall. So maybe this is that. Oh my god, no! This is a bit of the paper where they take photos of you and then they put you in the paper. Is essentially what they do. And look, here's me and my friends on our night out. Right, I'll take a photo of that and then we'll leave that one there, I think, in the past where it belongs. Ah, notebook, another effort to try and get my life on track. This page is just called Life Plan. And then the rest of it's empty. Good life plan. Yeah, I think I'll donate this once I take out those pages. There's music books, counterpoint. Oh, passport. Look at me as a tiny children. Passport pictures of my mother. These were a series of books that my granddad gave me that I really, really liked. And I think I will hang on to these for a little bit because they were my favorite. And the reason they were my favorite is because I used to love the pictures because they're so beautifully drawn. The amount of detail that's of things on the shelves, and you've got things at the table, you've got like characters in the background, sometimes doing things that you have to keep an eye out for. And I don't know, I just used to love these books, so I think I'll hang on to these. It doesn't feel right to declutter these just yet, just because I love them. They were from my granddad, so I suppose there is an element of sentimental value there, but it's largely just because of what they are. They're just really, really beautifully done, I think. So yes, we'll keep those for a bit. Here's a kiwi, more little doll. Oh, revision. There we go. Oh, note to self: if you don't revise, you will live on the streets and die. So always just very inspiring words, Pastor Carmen, well done. A book about snooker. I used to always have posters on my wall, and I think this is what this is. Oh, a book of carols. Life lessons from Winnie the Pooh. This is a good book. It goes into analysis of Winnie the Pooh and what he says and what he thinks and all this kind of thing, and it's quite interesting from a psychological perspective. But I obviously have gone 10 years without it, so I'm going to donate this. More. My god, the amount of harmonization books I've got, it's ridiculous. Oh, this book. So this book has a bit of an interesting history in that I have a bit of a phobia of the ocean, and particularly the things that live in the ocean. Things in the ocean are sort of a bit too big for my liking, and I also feel that we don't know enough about the ocean for me to be fully comfortable with it. It's the one thing that I would say I have a phobia of. And Charles one year bought me this fish book, and if we just look at some of the pictures of the fish, we're talking, I don't know, I just don't like fish, and I got a fish book. And I remember saying, I'm usually really very, you know, I try and be as grateful as possible, but it was that one year where I did have to say to him, Charles, the one thing that I don't really like in the whole world is probably the sea and fish, and scary fish with scary faces and stuff. I can appreciate I appreciate the beauty of nature, but at the same time they make me feel uncomfortable. There's just something that I don't know what it is, but they just make my tummy feel a bit funny. So it was the one thing where I had to say to him, Charles, don't like fish. So I'm definitely going to get rid of this book because I don't like fish. And it just reminds me of that time when I had to tell Charles that he bought me a gift that I didn't appreciate, and it was sad. I appreciate, well, I was about to say I appreciate the thought he put into it, but I feel like he didn't put anything thought into it because I don't like fish. But anyway, whatever. This A to Z of music. Well, I give it, actually I put it in the room at school. This Encyclopedia of Cats, which I did actually read because I really like cats. Oh, it's from my granddad as well. But I will say that as I have read it and as I don't know, I don't really feel I would be using this, so I'll donate this. What's going on my hair? What's this? Oh, what's this? Oh no! Wait, is that better? That's worse, isn't it? Okay. Just ignore it, just put it on it. So, when I was at university, I made all of the posters and the like concert series, booklets, all this type of thing. And I think this is sort of a portfolio of the stuff. This is the poster for the musical that we put on. Lunchtime concert series, booklet. Oh, okay. So my reports from school, which I'm going to get rid of because, I did English at AS level, right? And I always got in trouble for not speaking. And like, I think I've been disappointingly silent is what my report says. And this just, this one, because obviously I'm a teacher and I have some children in my class who are very, very quiet, and they're just naturally quiet people. And there is nothing wrong with being quiet. There is nothing wrong with it. If you don't feel confident, I tried to combine the words confident and comfortable and it didn't work. If you don't feel confident enough to speak in front of people, that's fine. That's fine. It's a scary thing to do. And it's a scary thing to ask a young person to do. And I tire of living in a world that is best suited for people who are extroverted and who can just come out and say whatever they want and it's fine. Like, that's great and everything, but there's a whole group of people who have to pretend to be that way in order to succeed. So whenever there's someone quiet in my class, I see it as my responsibility to try and get them to be comfortable enough to speak, or for me to kind of to let me in so that I can get to know them a little bit better. It's not their fault that they don't feel comfortable with me. They're probably, you don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they've, it just didn't mean for that to turn into a rant. But yeah, if you watching this, if you are a quiet person and you've ever been told off for being quiet, or you've been told that you're too quiet, or that you should speak up, or anything like that, screw them. You be who you are. Just really annoys me. So I think we'll get rid of this because apparently this is quite a triggering piece of paper for me. So here's some of my artwork. This, I believe, is Peter Rabbit and Mother Rabbit, perhaps, who's wearing a big blue dress. Peter Rabbit again, the definite theme here. There's a horse. Here is Chihiro from Spirited Away. That one's alright, isn't it? I'm never going to finish that, but that's the problem. I'd like to think that I would. I don't even have any paints, so unlikely. Bookmark. Oh, I think this is iron-on paper. Not iron-on paper, but you know the thing where you iron on t-shirt printing iron paper. Just take those words and make something with it. I think that's what this is. I'm gonna make me some t-shirts. I know I'm not. No, that's never gonna happen. I'm gonna get rid of it. November, graduation concert. This was the best I'd ever played, and it was at a concert, which I was really happy about. Oh, another report. Okay, let's see. What have been slated off by English? Carmen's chief weakness during this term is that she's been far too quiet in class. Oh wait, no. Happily, she has inched forwards here. She is now quicker to volunteer to read. It is likely that she will say one thing in a lesson. This is because I was just sick of getting wrong for it, so I thought, Carmen, you can do this. Just say one thing and then you can get him off your back. You'll be fine. Underpowered, I'm described as. Underpowered. Oh, so annoying. If you're quiet, you're fine. You're fine. Ooh. Painting of an eye. Oh, yeah. Do you want to see something? Do you want to come sit down in the video? No, I wanted to show you.
Who's this from?
It doesn't actually say.
Is that we've been helping?
Ali has been watching me, which is one way of helping. It's very similar to not helping. Oh, I was telling everyone about the fish book as well that you got me.
Oh, yeah, and I got this because it's really beautiful photography.
But of terrifying things.
He's watching it when you're surfing.
Look at this teeth. No, he's too scary to be in a book.
Look at that one. Happy birthday. Fish book. These are all school magazines. I just went through all of them and cut out, not these ones, these are cards, any relevant articles. And I ended up getting from a pile of 2 of these to everything fitting well within a shoebox. Probably the next step will be to digitise it, but I haven't done that bit yet.
Oh, I can't see you. No, you can frame. There you go. Oh, it is pretty though. Can you hold the box now? So I bought this from a market and I saw it was a Honer, which is a good... Ow! It took my hair out. That was quick. And when I got it home, I was wondering what the brand was, other than it being a Honer. And the brand is... the brand is... Carmen. One of the Jameses. Anyway, let me play you a song. I can't remember how this works. Well, this was a big question. Are we keeping this? Are we donating it?
Definitely keeping.
I think we should keep it.
Yeah.
I think it's an inspiring tool.
You don't want to be the only minimalist without the recording.
So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and to follow me on my Instagram, also to check out my blog. Even though it ended up turning into chaos, I'm very pleased I was able to share some form of decluttering with you on this channel. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and I shall see you on my next one. See you later. Bye.